Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we are playing a Boros aggro deck. This one's focused on super hasty, gigantic chops to the face. It's hard to undersell how good this deck is. If you are interested, stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, a strong supporter of the use of the Oxford comma. Use them, you stupid Luddites. Dr. Yukon SuckIt. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon SuckIt. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, hosted by Janita, something like that. I did make some changes to this deck. It's called Boros Aggro 2012-23. My big problem was when I was playtesting it, I had huge problems with the mana, so I ended up adding some additional mana and taking out a couple of cards. So I will post my version of the deck in the description. I will also be creating my version of it over on MTG Arena. But I will make reference to the original deck, and I just do want you to know that this, like 90% of this came from Janita. All right, so what are we playing today? We're playing Boros Aggro. Boros because it's red and white. Aggro because it is aggressive, meaning that we want the game to be over by turn 5 or 6. And we're going to be just doing incredible amounts of damage and super tricks in the first 3 or 4 turns, right? All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at the cards. We're going to talk about how this deck should work a little bit, and then we'll go out and we'll crush some hopes and dreams. All right, what do we got going on? Let's focus on the creatures first. We've got Monastery Swiftspear, who is haste and prowess, so it gets out fast and then pumps every time you play a non-creature spell. We got Illuminator Virtuoso, who's got double strike, and whenever it becomes the target of a spell, it connives. Connives means you draw a card and discard a card. If you discarded a non-land card, you put a popo counter on him. So he gets bigger. He's got double strikes. So that means it's double whatever his power is. So if you do it by himself, he'll be doing 2 points of damage. If you do it with the popo counter, he'll be doing 4 points of damage. That just grows out of control crazily, right? Who else we got here? We've got Inti, the Seneschal of the Sun, who's a legendary creature. We got 3 of them, so you only need to put 1 out. Other than that, just pure garbage. Whenever you attack, you may discard a card. If you do, you put a popo counter on a target attacking creature, and it gains trample. So you can put that popo onto the Virtuoso, which will then give it trample, because that's what a double striker needs, is trample. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, you exile a top card of your library. You may play that card until your next end step. So you got the ability to play something, potentially. So if you can hold on to your mana until after this thing activates, and gives you the ability to potentially play one of the other things that are really cheap that are in this deck. Picnic Ruiner is a 2/2. Whenever it attacks while you control a creature with power 4 or greater, it gets double strike. So he's kind of a big old wuss by himself, but you can get better provided you attack with something that has a power of 4 or greater. These guys like to jump up big time. All right, that's it for creatures. Let's go and take a look at what we're augmenting them with. We got Archon's Glory. It's a +2/+2 till the end of the turn, and if you bargain, which means you have to get rid of a artifact, enchantment, or token, in this deck, it's going to be an enchantment, I suspect. Then it also gets flying and lifelink until the end of the turn, so potentially. We got Loran's Escape, which is in here to keep your dudes alive. Your dudes need to be kept alive. You don't have very many of them, and if they die, you're kind of shit out of luck. But this gives them hexproof and indestructible to the turn, and you can scry. And it looks like they like to carry bowls around. Look at my bowl. I got a bowl. All right. Dreadmaw Ire. What does this thing do? For 1, until the turn, we got, see, instant. These are all great instant cards, right? Until the turn, target attacking creature gets +2/+2 and trample. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, destroy target attack artifact that player controls. So, could be good. It's not necessary, but trample and +2/+2, absolutely. Monstrous Rage. Target creature gets +2/+0. And it gets the monster roll token. Monster roll token gives it a popo counter. It gives a popo, essentially, not a counter, and trample. So we got the trample once again. You see, we're passing trample out like crazy, because who needs trample? Illuminator Virtuoso. That's who needs it. Yeah, if you can throw this onto an Illuminator Virtuoso, it's Insanosaurus Rex. Usually people are putting that onto a Monastery Swiftspear just because he'll pump up by one because of the prowess or whatever. But still, Monstrous Rage on a Virtuoso. Those two are made for each other like peanut butter and jelly. All right, Antagonize is 2, but it's +4, +3 till the end of the turn. Burning Sun's Fury is +2/+0, and haste onto 2 of your creatures. So that means that if you can get out Illuminator Virtuoso for 2, and you have another 2 more over to play Burning Sun's Fury, that you can pump this up by 2, pump up somebody else's friend by 2, and give them haste, and they're attacking on that very turn. Lastly is Etali's Favor, which, when it enters the battlefield, so this is an enchantment, something you can sacrifice to the Archon's Glory, and you get to discover 3, so you get to look at the top of the land until you exile a non-land card with a mana value of 3 or less. Everything is 3 or less in this thing. And at which point that you could cast it without paying its mana cost or put it into your hand. So Discover is fantastic. Discover is fantastic. I'm expecting that to become like an evergreen ability going forward because Discover is super cool. And enchanted creature gets put +1/+1 and trample. So as you see, we are going to be giving trample to lots of guys all the time. So all we got to do is pump these guys up like crazy, and then nobody can just chomp them. They're going to get through, and you'll kill them. And these guys will blossom way out of control. They'll do double the amount of damage. All of them got double strike except for Monastery Swiftspear, but he does have prowess. And so if you keep pumping, he'll keep going along right along with it. Your real target here is Illuminator Virtuoso. All right, so what are we going to do? I think we just talked about get your guys out and go crazy town. Try to focus as much as you can on the double striker, but anybody else is pretty decent in the fight. So just keep it going. And then if you make it to mid-game, you 7-1, give up, because if they get any big guys out, or they can pump your dudes down, or they just can have life gain, you're probably not going to win. All right, so let's take this thing out and see what we can do. But before we do, let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Dear Black King Toxtrol, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. And we're playing against Wintermute. Wintermute. Keep it. We got one guy. Hopefully don't kill him. All right, so we got to keep that white available, unfortunately. Don't kill him, don't kill him, don't kill him, don't kill him. So let's just give up on this one. Yeah, I'm not going to give up on 2. Don't worry about it. All right, chump is chumped. And another one. Nuts. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Extra pluses now. All right. Alexa, we're going to have to keep the picnic ruiner alive. I mean, I guess first strike doesn't matter, right? You should just leave it. There we go. Yeah, I was about to blow Loran's escape for no reason. Well, that's it for that card. All right. You won anyway. Victory! All right, we are playing against Delstar. 23. One white. Keep. Let's shut off those tree. Those guys always end up pissing me off. They're not as bad as goblins. They're actually pretty decent guys. I just hate to listen to whine all the time. Like moo cows. I'm a moo cow. We want to keep the Illuminator alive. We don't have anything to keep him alive with, so it doesn't really matter. Laying out our board. Now we got to make it through some zombies. Like a sucker. Alright, we got 2 to 2 to 2. Let's just do this then. Pump! Do I want to give him the plus on top of this by getting rid of something else? I don't. I don't want to do it. Alright, you got Death Touch, baby. As we go up at first strike, we'll still slaughter you. No blocking with that guy. Actually, I'm kind of concerned. Zombies are all about putting bodies out, and he's just willing to let them go. Alright, there we go. We got to kill ourselves a Headless Horseman now. Headless Rider. Okay, we're cool. Hopefully discover something super cool. Let's just let that go. Discover something. Yes! Okay, whoever he blocks, we put an escape on. That's fine. That's first strike and trample. You'll be dead. And he's dead! Oh, that was good. That felt so good. Victory. We were playing against Evil Circus, which is where they're using evil gas rather than regular gas. 1-2, no reds. I find that to be a problem with this deck. We got to make sure we mulligan to get a nice mix. That's still not good. Keep. What are we getting rid of? 1. Let's keep the only creature we have. Let's get rid of that. Boy, that was rough. I mean, getting down to a mixed color hand. We do what we got to do, right? What's this guy shooting for here? He's got colorless right now. Let's see what we can do with this. Yeah, we'll get rid of that guy. All right, I'm just going to Monstrous Rage. We'll leave it at that. Throw that dude out. And we're good to go. We're right into our second round. These are our sweet pair of Knights. We pull another mana on our next turn. He's just leaving the door open. There we go. We got it. Yeah, I'm not giving up on Antagonize. Sorry. And we just won. There we go. I mean, that almost wasn't even fun. It was so quick and brutal. Victory! Alright, playing against Shagrath. A good old-fashioned biblical name. 1, 2, 3, couple dudes. Yeah, not bad. We only got one card to do something with, which this deck is so dependent upon, but still, it'll help. See, dogs aren't bad. They were kind of whiny. All right, I'm going to look at this guy. We'll see if he has the ability to shoot something. I mean, he has the colors for shooting. Just as he packing it in his hand there. All right, putting that out right now is bad for you because you don't have the mana to pop it. It's a 3/3, man. You can't take anything out. All right, Monstrous Rage. I'll get it up to where it can still be killed. Let's just send stuff in. All right, sign your blocker. Cool. I haven't even seen that with this deck yet. Looking forward to it. Should we just pop at this point? Yeah, let's just go to Crazy Town. Really need to save these special things for the Illuminator. You got a little boy out, good for you. Let me just discard a card. No, I'm cool. Just because I wanted to take out an artifact. All right, I got enough to pump up the Illuminator on the next turn. He's going to get trample. Not sure I care to bargain. Will we have enough to kill on next turn? I don't know. There's a lot of math involved, and I just, you know, no math. Oh, what a jerk. I don't have the ability to keep my dude protected. Kill it. There's a guy to protect. All right. All in, right? Don't want to let it get blocked. So it's just, well, blocking doesn't matter. No, I'm not good with that. Do I have to discard a card? I'll get rid of that one. Gotcha. And pop it. We were already at plenty of time there. And we win! That's all there is to it. Victory! Alright, we're playing against Slayer Tony at 5. Slayer Tony at 5. Or is it Slayer 10 Y05? That could be it. Alright, we'll play white. This guy's playing black. I'm out. I might lose everything. I might have should have waited until the next turn. So I had Loran escape to keep him alive. Don't kill it, don't kill it, don't kill it, don't kill it. He's gonna get killed. Alright, that's it. Game's over. Oh good, I got a guy. Alright, I can still keep him. Hey Chomper, how you doing? Come on, Chomp. Dance for me. I don't have the ability to keep it alive through a sacrifice that way, so we're stuck. Here's another dude. And haste, I can make him go, but I don't care. I don't care. I kind of like to save this till I have at least 2 creatures out. Okay. Should really be going for creatures, what I should be doing here. Just waiting. I mean, they could pump him up, give him haste, but I just want to get a second creature out. And we're done. Is he going to play defense? That's the question. Yeah, we've lost our momentum. We're getting way too much stuff. Because of losing those 2 guys to start off with, that was really bad. Go for a chomp. Right over here. And a second guy. All right, you want to throw a dude in front? We can play that game. One of them will die. Oh, get him! Get him! I wonder if our pal Slayer Tony there decided to go get a Sunny D or something. Last time I checked, he was fully involved in the game, but now he seems to have checked out. Get him! Alright, he's down to 8. He can put himself back up to 9 here in a second. Because he'll Graveyard Trespasser in, stealing some of my dudes. An Obliterator against my deck? That's horrible. I have nothing in my deck for you. You got guys to rip out. There's dudes there. I don't know what your problem is, man. Alright, can I get through and kill with what I got? I don't know. Let's go for it. No math! You can block. That's it. Let's see what happens here. Oh, this guy's playing the dance. He doesn't know what he wants to do. There, we can win. There we go. 8 to the face. And we win. Slayer Tony. Suck it. Yeah, we're playing against Muya. Two mana. One guy. Okay, we'll keep it. Alright, target artifact is going to be bad in this situation. Because I'll need additional mana for that. Let's get rid of this one. And we lost the land. Alright, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine, man. I'm totally cool with it. Alright, here's the deal. Should we Monstrous Rage our way through or just put the 2/2s on things? Let's just go crazy town. Alright, we still got Monstrous Rage up our sleeve. No, I don't care. Everything I have is space awesome. No blockers, huh? Alright, down to 4. As long as we got a little bit of trample, we should be awesome. Nope, he's going after trample. Here's trample. What? Hoping to discover is going to help us out here. Yeah, totes my goats. Convoke? I don't have the ability to convoke it. We're not cool. Let's just let it go. Oh, you son of a jerk. I don't have anything to get rid of it. All I could do is get more guys. I could sacrifice a guy, and then all I do is get flying and lifelink, but neither of them can attack, so we're done. Surprised this guy hasn't attacked at all. Let's go, Muya. Come on, man. We got things to do. Tick-tock. Do I got a clock anywhere? All right, he's got haste. Oh, I don't have anything to sacrifice. It's not a guy. Yeah, right there. And I'll attack. In we go. Boom, boom. Goes the room. That guy was pinning us down. No, I did not have fun. We needed to be set free. We're lone wolves, baby. All right, with 100% win rate, we've got HYPER-AGGRO. This deck had an insane go for the throat capability on it. It was fantastic that way. Yeah, it just, the win rate on it was enormous. It just had the ability to go nuts. The one thing you had to worry about was that there wasn't enough. I mean, there was enough creatures generally. You only needed like a couple. And but if people started pinning them down and removing it, you would get bad off quickly. So you really needed to worry about what your opponent was playing so that you knew how to dodge around what they had going on. So you had guys with haste. You had cards that gave haste. You could put some surprises out that were punching huge. Just right off the board, like the last game we just played there. All right, so who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? I mean, the guy that I kept waiting for over and over again was Illuminator Virtuoso. This guy is so good. I mean, since New Capenna came out, he was, I think, the standout MVP from there. I haven't liked to play him. I haven't liked playing decks with him in it because he's just way too good. He's practically the Kami of transients of double strike guys, right? Because he's got the convoke, right? It connives. That's what it is. Connives. That's what he does. Without decay in it. He doesn't connives. That'd be crazy. Yeah, he connives. And which means that you're able to go get another spell. Potentially you could just cast it again. You keep pumping him up with all the things that he's kind of doing. And it just makes it nuts. So, this guy is insane. The haste of the Monastery Swiftspear is insane. This guy's okay. The fact that he gets trample is good. The other card I really... Anyways, the new ones from Ixalan. I mean, this one, Etali's Favor is good. This guy passes out. I mean, it's all just so good. I can't talk about it. The other thing I can say, though, is look at that. That's a common, uncommon, rare, common, uncommon, uncommon, common. This deck is budget, and it is so incredibly good. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm trying to say stuff about it, but this deck is just, it's so good, and it's so cheap, and it is just so insane. So it's a good one. The MVP, once again, I'm going to go with the Illuminator Virtuoso. This is the guy who held it together. But every card in here has a really good space. The one that I thought was the biggest stinker is probably this guy. He's in here just so you could potentially get a little bit more double strike, I think. But I didn't care. If there's anything I was going to throw away to do something else, it was going to be Picnic Ruiner. This guy sucked butt. All right, let's see. Was this deck competitive? I had a 100% win rate. I played it like 9 games. 100% wins. Actually, so yeah, in the version that I ended up tinkering, my big problem is that the version I got from Tommy, is this a Tommy deck? Janita, is the fact that Janita went for 22 lands, and I started having a lot of problem with the land consistency. I wasn't getting enough white. I just was red constantly. And so I ended up pulling it up to 24 by putting 2 additional whites in and cutting down on Picnic Ruiner. I think my version of the deck, with just less Picnic Ruiners and more white lands, was way better and way more consistent. That's just me. Maybe you would do perfectly well with 22. To me, that just seemed like I kept having problems with it in my pretest. But this version, I had 100% with. So, it's not which deck is best, it's which deck is best for you. The best deck for me had more lands in it. 100%. Was this deck fun? Yeah, absolutely it was fun. I mean, I love mono red aggro, and while this wasn't mono red aggro, it was poros aggro. And this thing was just had such incredible swings. Mono red aggro just says, I'm going to get out there with lots of things with haste, and I'm going to do 1s and 2s and 3 points of damage, collectively doing 5 or 6 per turn. At turn 3 or turn 4, their opponent's going to be dead. And this deck, you know, it was the same kind of thing, but each punch was like 12. I mean, it was just nuts. Maybe you waited a little bit longer, but, you know, if you got out your Swiftspears early, you know, maybe you could play haste if you got out the Virtuoso with some of the other spells we got going on. You're playing things fast, and they were swinging so hard. And it was so hard for people to keep up with the sheer amount of damage that you were punching each time. I mean, you were focusing so much onto so little, but on the other hand, that made it easy to protect. All they had to do was, like, let's say, bounce that dude back, and then you would be screwed. So, yeah, I mean, every deck's got its downfalls. This deck is super cool and super fun. All right, was this deck interesting? Now, the big deal is that, like I said, Illuminator decks have been out for a long time, since new competitor came out. Anything that's got double strike has the potential to be abused, and it has been. So, but this deck is a Boros deck. Usually Illuminator decks are like mono, white. There's been Boros decks before. The thing I liked in this one is that we had a bunch of stuff from New Ixalan. And so what does New Ixalan got? They got the Inti. We got the Burning Sun's Fury. I swear that looks like a New Ixalan one because of the colors on the dragon head there. Okay, so not you. But the Etali's Favor. Who else is Ixalan here? Looks like that's about it. But even then, we got stuff from Eldraine as well with Picnic Ruiner. Oh, there's another Ixalan one. See right there? That dragon head looks just like that dragon head right there. Same. I don't know why that one's not Ixalan in that case. So anyways, this has got a bunch of new cards in it. Looks good to me. I think this was a fun new version of it. And I can tell you that I may never play it again just because it is so perfect right now. If I were to try to go up the ranking ladder, I would play this deck. It's fantastic. If I was new, I would play this deck. It was fantastic. So yeah, I think it was an interesting deck because of that. All right, so let's add that up. Was this deck competitive? Absolutely. Was it fun? Totes. Was it interesting? Yep, it was. All right, that means this is an A+ deck. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I would highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.